Right, morning everybody. I'm at the beginning of the walk now, and I'm in the Cateran of Glen Isla. No, I'm not. Scrap that. Good morning everybody. I am in the Spittal of Glen Shee at the moment. I'm at the beginning of the walk from the Spittal of Glen Shee to the Cateran of Glen Isla, where I'm staying in the Glen Isla Hotel. Last night I stayed in Dulmansey Castle, which was absolutely, I mean, it's stunning actually. It's just a beautiful hotel, very accommodating. The food was absolutely beautiful, very dog friendly. You know you're in a nice hotel when the room has the Latham Suite written on it and not a number. They're that accommodating. They've actually took me to the beginning of the walk this morning out of kindness, because the Dulmansey Castle is about 4 kilometres out, so they've kindly dropped me off at the beginning of the walk, and my little Lancashire healer here is crying away, very keen to want to start the walk. So I'm going to head off now to the Glen Isla Hotel, and I will catch you shortly with some scenery along the way. Thank you, take care, bye bye. Hi everybody. I'm about a kilometre, maybe a couple of kilometres into the walk, on my way still to the Cateran of Glen Isla Hotel. The terrain and the landscape is still quite rural. There's a couple of peaks around if you just have a look. I am in a bit of a valley here at the moment. We're going to head off in this direction. There's plenty of sheep and little lambs still around. I missed my finger post before for some reason. I ended up over that side behind the deer fence, so I've had to come back onto the main path. So the moral of that story is make sure you keep your eyes open for the finger posts. So it is beautiful scenery, absolutely stunning. I met quite a few walkers last night actually, staying in the Dulmansey Castle Hotel. I've not seen anyone out walking, but it appears that most of us were staying there at the hotel, and the food, oh, it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful, especially after a long day's hiking. So on that note, in case I miss my next finger post, as you'll see is shortly. The first part of the Cateran trail coming out of the Spittal of Glen Shee, it does meander through farmland, and it's quite easy to miss your finger posts, so just keep your wits about you, because you don't want to be heading off in the wrong direction like I've done on a couple of occasions. So, but saying that, it all adds to the adventure, doesn't it? It's still a beautiful day, but regardless, even if you take a little detour here and there when you don't mean to. So I'll catch you in a bit. Hi there. Well, we are 5 kilometres in, and there's a little wee beauty, the big heart and the little legs, still soldiering away. So yeah, 5 kilometres in, and we're still quite low level, following pastures. As you can see, there's mountains there, or big hills there, so we're probably walking through a wee glen, but it is very picturesque. I'm really enjoying the walk. although I've seen walkers last night in the hotel at Dunmanzy Castle, sorry, I haven't seen any walkers today, so it just shows that there's not many of us doing it. So we must have all left at different times, but it's a nice leisurely pace at the moment. It is well signposted, but as I said earlier, keep your eyes open for the finger posts, and I have had to get my map out at times just to make sure I was on the right track. And there she is, walking, leading the way again. So on that note, I shall see yous in a jiff. The rain has just hit me. It's forecast rain today, but it forecast rain for the past couple of days, but I've never really seen a great deal of rain. Like yesterday we had 4 seasons in one day. Rain, hail, snow and sun. Today it's periodically rained, but not enough where you'd want to put your waterproofs on. There is a little bit of rain at the moment, but nothing too bad, so I don't want to do raincoat on, raincoat off. So I'm just going to see how it goes, and hopefully I won't get too wet. There's Beauty, if you can see her, she's still leading the way, and we're still meandering close to a river through the glen, still on our way to the Cateran of Glen Isla. I think today's walk is around about 25 kilometres. So I hope you're enjoying the scenery as much as I am. Yeah, just to let you know that we're still in agricultural land really, and there's some cattle there, so I have got Beauty on the lead. But always be mindful. I mean, I don't want to preach to anyone, but when you're going through farmlands you need to be very mindful. A little bit of trivia for you: I think more hikers and walkers get killed by cattle, trampled, than anything. So they're actually tucked in behind, you probably can't see that, a barbed wire fence. So I'm giving them a wide berth and showing a bit of respect, because they are really quite big animals, and you don't want to be getting they're taking a little bit of interest in me, but I'm quite safe because they are penned in there. So, and always remember, if you're out walking with the dog, if cattle do sort of take a dislike to you, let the dog off, because the dog will definitely outrun a cow, but you won't. Okay, on that note, I'll leave you with that beautiful scenery. I'll check back in around about the 10 kilometre mark. Hey, take care, bye bye. The weather's gone nice again now. Just got caught in a bit of a rainstorm, but no sooner as it started raining, it stopped raining again. But look at that beautiful scenery, isn't that gorgeous? That's what I'm seeing at the moment. Nice little pond there. Again today, although I've seen walkers this morning for breakfast, I haven't seen any walkers on the trail, which is not unusual for this trail. So I think I've said before, if you do like a bit of peace and quiet, then this is the trail for you. It's quite low level, this leg, so it's nothing too strenuous. I'm having a bit of trouble with my left heel at the moment. I think it's plantar fasciitis, but I've had it for quite a while now. The GP told me to rest. I did rest it. Rested for about 6 weeks, but I thought I am not missing out on doing this trail. So at the moment I am just sort of grinning, I'm bearing the pain. I've got a bit of pain in my left knee, so I'm not one for moaning. So all you can do is just embrace it. It is what it is, and carry on walking. And on that note, I shall catch you in a bit. Bye bye. Well, hi everybody. I'm about 10 kilometers in now, and I think it's 7 miles to Glen Isla Hotel. Now this part of the walk, it's on it's probably in forest. It's in forestry land. I'm not too sure which forest it is, to be sure. It follows a tarmac road. The road's not too busy, but here's a vehicle passing by. And so you know that I've done this before. This is, although it's tarmac, and it's got access obviously to vehicles. It's actually a nice little walk in. Goes on for about, what did I say, about 4 to 5 kilometers. So it's like this, but you do get an opportunity to walk through some forest as well, and then it opens up out of the forest into a wee glen, which is quite nice. Right, so we've been walking in Perthshire, and we are now just going into the county of Angus. I'm going to continue on up this little road, and if you're into Munro bagging, if you look up there, if you fancy it on your way doing the Cateran trail and you want to get a couple of Munros in along the way, well then there's Mount Blair. So that is a Munro. So there you have Mount Blair. The weather is absolutely beautiful. I've been really lucky in between a couple of showers. So I'm just going to go and take a layer off now because it's getting quite warm, and you're quite exposed here when you're going through this little valley to the sun. So I'm going to get my hat on as well. So see you in a bit. Take care. Bye bye. Well, we've come down the tarmac road, which is like a little minor road. Only not much traffic, so it wasn't too bad really. It's not a dangerous road. We're coming into a little village now called I think it's called Forta, and it's I actually find it's very, I just think it's very picturesque. I'll show you around it when I get there. It's like a little small hamlet, but there's some beautiful buildings there in this little hamlet. So I'll show you around it when I get there. I'll do a little fleeting video. Now, see you in a minute. So this is the little hamlet of Forta, and whenever I get here I'm always taken by this Forta Castle, which is someone's private residence. But just look at that. Isn't that absolutely spectacular? I mean, how lucky to be living in a place like that. It's just absolutely beautiful. And this is, if you just look around, there's a little white cottage there which is gorgeous. So this is the little hamlet of Forta. Now you hit Forta after walking down the tarmac road, which is, I think it's probably about 5 kilometers. That in itself is a nice view, because you're basically walking through a glen, and you're surrounded by hills and high points on each side. And there is my little mate. She's still soldiering on, still taking the lead. So on that note, I shall see you in a jiff. Bye. So we are 15 kilometers in now. That's the path we've just come up, and if you look back there, that's Forta and Little Forta. Now what we're doing now is the walk sort of starts to vary out a little bit now. You follow this path up and it takes you onto the onto some moors, but you get a bit more, you're a little bit more isolated in the moors when we get to the top. But that's a beautiful view of the mountains there and that glen, and I always look back from where you've came, and I've came in from that direction, and because I use this as my emotional well-being, I like to think from where I've been to where I'm going. And so we're going to just follow this path up to the top, and then I'll probably take another little video when we get onto the top of the moor. Well, we've walked out of Forter and Little Forter, we're up on the moor now. It looks like there's been some fires here because it's quite scorched. Now, don't know whether it's part of the land management, but there has been some fires in these moors. And over there you've got Auchin Tappel Loch, I think, in the distance. So this part of the walk, it does open up a little bit into the moors, and you get a sense that you're actually a bit more isolated here than what we were on the first part of the walk, which is more rural really. It's quite windy, so I hope you can hear what I'm saying. Yeah, and there's my little walking partner. She's still going. Them little legs are still keeping her going. So well, I'll just leave you with this little video of the loch in the distance there. We're going to skate that loch and keep that loch on our right hand side as we're heading towards our final destination. I think I'm probably about 14 kilometers in at the moment. So on that note, I will catch you again. Oh, here's a closer view of Auchin Tappel Loch that we're walking along the side of now. I suppose we're walking along the side of this for a couple of kilometres. It's on forestry tracks. Whoops, nearly had a fall. Yeah, on forestry tracks. There's the, again, it's a really clear, defined path, and to be fair, it is really well waymarked. So it's quite enjoyable. I'm enjoying it anyway. The weather's not very nice at the moment. It's raining, but you know what, I can't complain, because in between the rain showers we've had periodic periods of sun, which have been very welcoming. So I'm still enjoying it. Rain, hail or snow, I say, just embrace it and enjoy the moment. You're only as good as the gear you're carrying, so as long as you're carrying your layers and your waterproofs and your gloves in an emergency. I mean, even in May it's quite cold at the moment, so I would always make sure you had a little pair of gloves in your rucksack in Scotland, just in case. So on that note, I'm going to carry on walking towards the hotel in Glen Isla, where we're going to stay for the night. But I'll catch you before Glen Isla if I spot anything interesting. Okie dokie. The weather is a little bit variable. It's been raining again, so I've put my waterproof on at the moment. Well, I've got a new waterproof, so I'm quite happy with it. Now we're walking at the moment towards Loch Chandra. I'm not too sure if the camera will pick it up because it's in the distance there. That's where I'm walking towards, and there's the leader. There's Beauty, my little leader. She's always at the front. I'm always behind her, but I don't mind, because she likes to lead the way. And to be honest, I think at times I'm a little bit I'm sort of boosted by some Lancashire healer power, even though she's got small legs. I think she's dragging me along at times. So if I just stop for a minute, I'll just pan around and look at the scenery. Again, that's where I've come from. Always look back. And that is where I am going. And again, the scenery, it's just very varied. But this part of Scotland very much reminds me of maybe the Bowland area in Lancashire. It's sort of rolling hills and heather and trees. It's just absolutely stunning. So on that note, I'm going to head towards Loch Cateran, and I will see you when I get there. Okay. So we've just probably left the moors, which are behind us now. We're walking towards this wee loch, which I believe is called Loch Cateran. Nice wee loch. So we're going to meander along this loch, and then to my recollection, given I've done this twice before, I don't think I'm far from the hotel in the Cateran of Glen Isla. I think I'm going to the Glen Isla hotel, so I'm looking forward to a nice shower and something to eat, and that's another day done. So that's I've enjoyed it, must admit. It's been a really nice walk, which has been quite varied, you know, from moorland to open pastures to farm fields, passing a couple of lochs along the way. A lot of livestock, a lot of sheep. Beauty's had a little spell off the lead there on the moorland, because the sheep are all over on the grazing in the pastures. So, but I do still have to be careful with her, because she's a little hunter. She seems to spot little voles and things and go chasing after them, so I've got to be careful she doesn't disappear down any holes. So this is you're seeing what I'm seeing at the moment. I think what am I in now? I'm probably on about 21 kilometers into the walk, so not far to go now. So on that note, I will leave you and I'll get back to you in a minute. Well, hi. I think I broke the back of the walk now. We're just a nice little stroll into the Cateran of Glen Isla, where I'll be staying in the Glen Isla hotel. So, bit of a problem today was I've got plantar fasciitis, so it's been plaguing me all week, but I'm determined to finish the walk. But given that I've done it twice before, I'm going to soldier on tomorrow from Glen Isla to Alyth. I'm going to see how I feel the next day, because there's a shorter walk from Alyth to Blairgowrie that I've never done, which is part of the official route, because the last route takes you back basically to areas where you've already trod. So I'll see how I'm feeling. I don't know whether I want to do 25 kilometers tomorrow on this hill. I might do no, it's not tomorrow, on the final day from Alyth. I'm going to see how I feel, but I'll get back to you and let you know whether I'm doing the longer route or the shortened version. But I'm about probably a kilometre away now from the hotel. I'm looking forward to getting in and getting my boots off. Taking some painkillers actually, but got to embrace the experience, and even if you're in a little bit of pain, just try and work your way through it. So I shall see you at the Glen Isla Hotel. See you in a bit. Bye bye. So we've eventually made it to the Glen Isla Hotel. We're here now, so whew, that was a nice walk. Enjoyed that. So I'm looking forward to my nice shower and something to eat. And I'm sure Beauty is gonna crash out. So what I'll do is I'll just pan you round. There it is. There's the hotel at Glen Isla where I'm going to be staying in tonight. It's a very small hamlet, so I don't think there's a lot of options in terms of accommodation, but I have stayed here before and it is a very nice hotel actually. And again, it's dog friendly, which is important to me with travelling with a little dog. So on that note, I will going to get myself checked in, and I'll see you all in the morning, where I'm going to be going from the Glen Isla Hotel to Alif, where I've got another hotel booked, which is a very nice one as well. I'm looking forward to that. Okay, so catch you all later. Bye bye.